our holiday activity and food programme. Now, this is a government initiative, so the government has recognised that there are children from low-income backgrounds, a few other categories, that massively benefit by attending holiday activities in the summer. One, they're keeping physically fit and active, and two, they're making sure they receive a healthy lunch, so at least they're being fed. So the government then, in different areas, provides what they call providers, so that's us, Pro Coaching, the option to provide activities in certain areas. So our activities are based around sports, that's our sort of specialism, although as they have arts and crafts. Some other people might do drama, they might do music, they might do outdoor pursuits. And what sometimes I think we don't think about is the people that actually come on our courses, or the people who book our courses, or book places, the parents, the carers, they are our customers. So although yes, we're TAs, sports coaches, people actively working on the camp, we have to remember as well, when we're talking to the parents, the carers, and we're representing Pro Coaching, they are our customer. So in terms of our presentation, our mannerisms, our welcome, our smile, just that, I think that's really important to remember. What we do is we are given a set date of when we can advertise our programme for parents and carers to be able to book. And we monitor how quickly parents book. So we have some areas where we operate these types of camps, and within 10 minutes of that activity going live, the parents have already booked all their places. But we've got some areas that are much slower. So this is one reason why we're trying to roll everything out so it's the same everywhere, so everybody's doing the same thing, and then hopefully all of the parents are going to enjoy what we're doing, because we're increasing things and adding things, and they all book up to 10 minutes. So this is our aim. But yeah, just remember that although parents sometimes can be difficult, children can be difficult, they're also our customers.
Yeah.
So the reason what we want to talk about here is, yes, we recognise that we are a sports programme, but we do, when we talk to parents, so when we don't have our numbers that book every 10 minutes, we do call a lot of our previous customers and say, would you like to book again? So when we're talking to them and when we're advertising, we're saying that yes, we do sports, but also if your child wants to do some arts and crafts, that's fine too, because we can offer that. So it's very important on the camps that we're seen doing both. So what we want is we want every single camp to have a table or an area set up. If it's nice, it can be outside, you can bring a table and chairs outside, that's fine. For children who would like to do that activity. So for example, I think a really good number is to have about 6 to 8 children, no more than that because it's quite difficult to do bits and pieces and sharing. So you'd have a table like this set up with a mat, so it's all nice and clean, and then we would start with some activities for them to do. So everybody will have a box. Now, whoever does the activities is entirely up to the team. So it could be that the leader decides they want to do it for an hour or so. It could be that you switch over. It could be that one person, their strength isn't sport, and therefore they'd like to do that all week. And the sports person might want to do sport all week. But between the team, decide who it is, but whoever it is takes responsibility of being there with the children and supervising them. It's not a question of, right, oh, there's some colouring in the corner, go grab yourself some pens, sit and do it yourselves. No, because in this box are things like glue, we've got small buttons, we've got scissors, we've got things that need to be supervised and looked after. So when you have a box like this, in the bottom there will be some key components, so things like your crayons, your sharpener, your glue, your brushes and things like that. Each bag has a craft activity, so only ever get one out at a time. So you're sitting here with your group of 6 children, you've got your scissors, you've got your glues out, you've got all the basics that you need, and then you would open up the bag, you'd see an activity and all the contents needed are in the bag. So it might be that in the morning you've registered the children, they've had their fruit snack, and you might say, which 6, is there anybody here who'd like to come and do arts and crafts? Okay, let's say you have 6 put their hand up, great, you take that first 6. If you had 8, you might say, okay, well we'll take 6 at the moment, and then we'll switch over in about an hour, or 2 hours, or something like that. So you rotate it, so you can manage it a nice sort of easy number. But if none of the children say they'd like to do art activities, that's absolutely fine, that doesn't matter, but you've offered it, you've got the table out, they can see it, they can see if they want to do it, and they're given a choice.